Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to HA After Dark. And I want to, before I get to this segment, explain a couple of things. So, I've been published in the Huffington Post, The Hill. I was a Hill contributor, Salon. I was on MSNBC, CNN. I was on RT like, 8 or 9 times. I've lost count. I was right about Clinton losing the election. I wrote nonstop about how Clinton loses to Trump. One of the Huffington Post articles said that she was unelectable. The title was She Was Unelectable. I was a Hill contributor, and The Hill, I stated that a part of the title was why Trump defeats Clinton. And that was in 2015. I was right about that. Horace, thank you so very much. Rock us Amadeus. Rock me Amadeus. Thank you, Horace, as always, for being also an amazing Thorlax attacks, late night. Thank you, Thorlax attacks. Thank you. Horace, thank you for being an amazing moderator and for always supporting this channel and my voice. So I stated that Clinton would lose. She lost. I stated that Tony Podesta would eventually be under criminal investigation because of the Mueller probe. I wrote about that in a Daily Caller article. That happened. I was stating from the very beginning, Caleb and Levi. I'm finally hearing about what you've been talking about forever. Keep it up. Thank you, Caleb and Levi. Thank you. Thank you, Caleb and Levi. Thank you very much. Horace, Caleb, and Levi, thank you. And I have stated endlessly. So the Russiagate nonsense. Oh, I'm going to shave this off soon, Don. I stated in late 2016, the day that the BuzzFeed, the weak BuzzFeed published the report, I said it was nonsense, gossip, and hearsay. You can go and watch the channel from 2017 onwards. You can go and actually watch when I talk about swing states, Clinton being unelectable. It's like my third or fourth segment on this channel. I'm not a soothsayer. I don't predict everything, but I have a pretty good pulse of what's going on. And I've been published in a great many places. And I've been on television at RT, the RT segment, where I state just recently that, well, I was on MSNBC and CNN stating that Clinton couldn't win either. But I state that the House is going to remain GOP. Republicans are going to keep control of the House and keep control of the Senate. That's not what all the soothsayers who predicted Clinton would win easily are saying right now. They'll be wrong again. I'm not perfect. The biggest knock on me, the only knock on me is like, oh, Swanee Scotty, you pronounce Australia. Is Australia? Am I pronouncing Australia with an Australian accent? Swanee Scotty, Australia. Suzanne Yoke. Suzanne Yoke, HA, I've been with you since the beginning and you've called it all. That's why I keep coming back. You rock. Thank you, Suzanne Yoke. Thank you, Suzanne Yoke. Thank you so much, Suzanne, always for watching and just for supporting this channel. Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. You're absolutely wonderful. Caleb and Levi, Horace, thank you as always. But the reason I'm starting off this way is because the only knock on me people can say is, oh, well, you engaged in clickbait by saying that Clinton would get indicted. Well, before Al Capone got arrested and sent to Alcatraz, if there was somebody that said, hey, listen, he's going to get caught, that person would be known as as prophetic or a soothsayer or whatever. So I'm not perfect. I'm not omnipotent. But I have a pretty good, and I use reputable sources. You can say, I believe the analysis from these places are fake news, generally. But the Washington Post, the New York Times, CNN, I used all the Wall Street Journal, Generally, I use sources that cannot be disputed. I don't speak from out of my behind. And the reason I'm kind of passionate is might explain. I won't explain exactly why, but later on in the segment, I might allude to something. But the only knock on me would be, oh, well, you said that she was going to go ahead and get indicted. Oh, you said she was going to get indicted, and she's not indicted yet. Well, I'm not James Comey and Peter Strzok. What do you want? I mean, like, what can I do? I'm just explaining what the writing is on the wall. We have to go ahead and wait. Now, in my headlines when I used to upload, I would say Clinton indicted after this and this happens or whatever. But the Mueller probe is fizzling out. Manafort, he completely lost. Mueller lost credibility with the Manafort. Completely lost credibility with the Manafort trial. 8 out of 18 had nothing to do with Trump-Russia collusion. I was saying that from the very beginning, they couldn't find anything with Trump, so they wanted to destroy everyone else's lives. And now we're finding out that everything I've been saying about Clinton emails, and she will get indicted eventually. She will get charged with a crime. US Code 793F is if you just unintentionally transfer top secret and special access program intelligence. In my book, I wrote 4 books on Amazon regarding these topics. I also wrote 2 novels, actually, but I'll talk about them another time. 4 books. The 2 but her top secret emails, but her deleted emails will eventually be, we'll have, I don't want to use the word prophetic, but they'll have the pulse of what's going on almost down to a T. She will get indicted. She will get charged. This is a precedent, ladies and gentlemen. So before we get to the fact that China, and thank you, Sean, by the way, for a great article I'll read. And thank you, as always, Eric H526. Eric H526 has an amazing gaming channel. Click on his. So where's Eric? Eric has an amazing gaming channel, and he's an awesome gamer. And if you look at his videos, if you're into gaming, Eric, I don't see the videos here. But if you go ahead, click on his channel, and definitely follow him on Twitter. He's awesome. He's very much into gaming, and he has a great gaming channel. But so the knock on me would be, oh, well, he said Clinton was going to get indicted. Well, yeah, she will. She will. And I'll be proven right about that also, just like I was proven right about Tony Podesta, and mainly about, because I called that in a Daily Caller article. So I'm actually published in places, a lot of places. And also, I was on TV, RT, stating that the House will stay. Crosstalk, Peter Lavelle is amazing. The House will stay Republican, and the Senate will stay Republican, and the midterms, Democrats will lose miserably. And I stated from the very beginning, in 2015, Clinton could not win. So I've received a lot of hate or jealousy or whatever from a lot of different places, but that just, see, I go ahead and you can actually, the public record is enough to see what's going on. So I use the public record via reputable sources. Elizabeth Luker. Thank you so very much, Elizabeth Luker. I keep reminding these naysayers it took 40 plus years to build these demons. It's going to take longer than 19 months to bring them all down. Exactly. Well said. Well said, Elizabeth Luker. Well said. Super Chat has a way, people in the Super Chat have a way of saying things a lot more in a more concise manner than I do, a much more poignant manner. Everything has to be correct or they walk. Love you, brother, and the good fam. Thank you so much, Elizabeth Luker, for being so wonderful and for being so supportive. Thank you. So let's go, Elizabeth Luker. Thank you. And being a great moderator. I have the best moderator. Let me tell you, when the anti-Semitic trolls went on my channel, it's the Trump voters who protected me. It's the Trump voters who defended me. This live chat is like a living embodiment of the antithesis of the propaganda that CNN and others try to spew. The alt-right, racist or anti-Semitic or neo-Nazi or whatever, that existed during Obama, before Obama. It'll exist after Obama, and it's not Trump's fault. They're not emboldened by Trump. These are all phrases and ways to twist and foment hatred from sore, pathetic imbeciles who lose all the time. Democrats, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Democrats. But let's go ahead. And by the way, everybody subscribe to Eric H526's channel. And my buddy Sean. Okay, Chinese company. This is the Washington Examiner, so I put links in the description. While Chinese company hacked Hillary Clinton's email server report. By the way, I don't blame China. I don't blame a Chinese company. I don't blame Chinese spies. I blame Clinton and President Obama for allowing Clinton. Thorlax attacks. It looks like they were throwing everything they have at Trump, and he still stands strong with his base. I think they are turning people away from Dems with the over-the-top attacks on Trump. Exactly. And do you know who defended Trump today? The greatest running back of all time, Jim Brown. The greatest running back. I put Jim Brown, Walter Payton, and Barry Sanders. So if somebody wanted to say Barry Sanders or Walter Payton number one, fine. I put actually Jim Brown number one. And then you could say, or a tie with Walter Payton, but Jim Brown is a consensus number one of all time. And I love Jerry Rice, but I would put as the greatest football player of all time, Jim Brown. But he defended Trump today. He defended President Trump today. And, Thorlax attacks, let's just go really quickly. I know that I'm actually going ahead and let's just go really quickly. Well, we'll get to it in a second. So basically that Jim Brown defended, he was on Fox, defended President Trump today. And he said, of course, Trump is not racist. And if anyone knows about society and racism and life, if there's any American who possesses a great amount of wisdom, it's Jim Brown. That's the thing. You don't have to like Trump. No one has to like Trump. But the hyperbole is too much. And like you said, you're 100% right, Thorlax attacks. It's like they go all out because they try to go ahead and beat Trump, but they can't beat Trump. And okay, so Chinese company hacked Hillary Clinton's email server report. A Chinese company hacked former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's unauthorized private email server. Sources told the Daily Caller News Foundation that a Chinese state-owned firm located in Washington, D.C. area had access to Clinton's email in real time, courtesy of a code embedded in the New York State and the New York-based server, which then made copies of the emails, some of which contain classified information, thousands of which contain classified information. So, Sean, thank you for that link, as always. But let's go ahead. Trump, Twitter. Hillary Clinton's emails, many of which are classified, got hacked by China. Yes. Not that they were hacked, but that Trump is tweeting about this. Next move better be by FBI, DOJ after all their other missteps. Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, or FISA, dirty dossier, etc. Their credibility will be gone forever. Do your job, Jeff Sessions. Do your job. Do your job. Just do your job. That's all I'm saying. And I'm saying it respectfully. Just do your job. He's like, I'm not going to let any, politically motivated, it doesn't have to be politically motivated. Just do your job. Do your job. That's it. You know, all you have to do is simply put the country first. Simply put the country first. Don't worry about CNN. Like the Daily Beast and all of these places, like about 5 or 6, you can type my name in to Google and you'll see a lot of hit pieces on me. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care at all. There are people who don't like me, a lot of people. I don't care either. I really don't care at all. I've been right more than I've been wrong, and I've gone ahead and called it while everyone was saying one thing, I was saying another thing. Don't tread on me. Your respect level has just climbed with the Jim Brown and Walter Payton statement. Thank you. Don't tread on me. Thank you. Don't tread on me. Yeah. I just, what was it? 9 out of 10 years rushing title, Jim Brown and the great Walter Payton. And this is what's so amazing about Walter Payton. He was, I think it was Jim Brown who said that his heart, like nobody had a bigger heart. And when he would see a guy, it was like straight, like Adrian Peterson does that too, you know, like he just would go into the linebacker, into the DB. You never would really go out of bounds. Same with Jim Brown. Barry Sanders, of course, different style. Love Barry Sanders too. Love Bo Jackson. I was at the Coliseum. Don't tread on me. I was at the Coliseum in I think it was like 1987. My dad took my buddy and I, and we saw Bo Jackson run 80 yards and then 90 yards in consecutive series. It's just a pitch out. And it was unbelievable. The guy was so fast. And I've seen a million SC games. I've only seen like a couple people run as fast. He was so fast, Bo Jackson. 80 and 90 yards in the same consecutive. And about 3, 1, 4, 5, 8. OJ was the best of his time. Well, perhaps in the 70s. Don't tread on me. Thank you so very, very much, as always, for your kind words and your support. Thank you. Yeah, but Jim Brown, I love Jim Brown. And I love his philosophy on life. Long before his, statement today. So real time. So her server was hacked real time. And I explain in Butter Top Secret emails, I go ahead and her itinerary was public, is public for the first 3 months. And I go through all the places where she went, where she traveled to. In Butter Top Secret emails, go ahead. I urge everyone to go ahead and buy the book. It's $3.99 on Kindle and Amazon. It's in my description section. It's 115 5-star reviews. So it's, so I mean, I explained China. She visited Chinese officials and Russian officials the first 3 months, and she was using an AT&T email account, and it was unencrypted for the first 3 months of her Clinton email account. Cool Blue 71, delighted Florida Dem Governor Ron DeSantis. That's right, was won tonight by not by establishment Gwen Graham, but by Bernie endorsed Andrew Gilliam. So delighted. Oh, sorry. Dee's path to flip the House and majority Senate aligned to same party as House post 1994 requires Florida. Cool Blue 71. Yes. He was Bernie endorsed Andrew Gillum. I think Ron DeSantis is going to win that one, in my humble view. Cool Blue 71. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Cool Blue 71. Don't tread on me. HA, so much respect, but no, never fear. There are millions of veterans like me who have not forgotten their skill set. America is being reborn. Absolutely. Absolutely. And your skill set is amazing. I mean, most Americans do not have the skill set of a veteran, both in the mind, the heart, and what they know about just, everything from firearms to survival to thinking critically under stress and duress. Don't tread on me. Thank you so very much for always being so supportive and for your kind words. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, I mean, so real time. So I don't blame China. I don't blame if you told me the UK, if you told me France, I'd be like, good for France. So what can I tell you? Hillary went ahead and used a private server because she was going ahead and she was putting her Clinton Foundation emails. I explained about her deleted emails. 10 billion from Haiti. Okay. 9.5 billion. 9.5 billion already dispersed from Haiti. Bimbo Dickens. Bimbo Dickens BXN. Thank you. Donald, thank you. Yeah, I mean, so it's precedent. That's how I know. You want to know how I know? It's precedent. Precedent. Precedent is not going to be set allowing somebody to accidentally use a server outside the United States government. So it's not a matter, if they don't indict her on that, it's going to be the Clinton Foundation. Oh yeah, 757 touchdown twice in Little Rock, Arkansas. Oh, that was just a coinky-dink. Oh, that was just a coincidence. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. A coincidence. Okay, if you're selling drugs, you don't write it down. No one writes, no drug, not even small-time drug dealer writes down, oh, how much meth was that? Here's your receipt. Here's your receipt. Thank you for the transaction. Enjoy the meth. No, doesn't happen that way. They're loading boxes and boxes and boxes of documents. It's from the Clinton Foundation. Thorlax attacks. Do you think HRC emails will ever get leaked? I feel like so many hackers got in. These emails should hit the dark or clear net at some point. Thorlax attacks. If anyone is in possession of Clinton emails, they're almost in possession of stolen jewelry, or it would be very dangerous for any, because all of her emails could be retroactively classified. You'd be with the way things are going now, that they'll go after the hacker and not Clinton. That has to, Clinton will eventually get indicted. She'll eventually get charged, but it's a long process that's taking place. Thorlax attacks, I think that anyone, because the thing is, it's retroactively classified. So Jeffrey Sterling, who was a CIA agent, who they retroactively classified intelligence just to hurt him. And it was about rotary telephones. And they retroactively classified it, which is what they could do with James Comey, which would be hilarious. So yeah, I mean, Thorlax attacks, if anyone, I think the hacker, anybody who gets, yes, you're right. Her emails for 30,000. First of all, Platte River and Dado have all her emails, or they had all her emails. I explained that also in my book about her top secret emails, about her deleted emails. Before Thorlax attacks, she went to, in 2013, Brainiac Hillary, the genius, went to Platte River to outsource her emails. She's like, okay, I have 63,000 emails. Go ahead and store them. Well, what happened was they used a cloud service called Dado Inc. Suzanne Yoke. Let's all raise a glass to Hillary Clinton's indictment. Yes, I agree with you, Suzanne Yoke. There's going to be a lot of parties that day, and it won't be out of malice. It'll just be okay, there is a giant boulder, a weight taken off the American consciousness. And it won't be malice or spite. Even the Democrats know she's guilty. And people are like, you can't catch her. Suzanne Yoke, thank you. Elizabeth Luker, if only the walls at Mina Airport could talk. Billy Bob was smug. Oh, yeah. 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 And Elizabeth Luker, we know the story of that horrible story that I can't. Craziness. Like, you know, like they say, God knows. So God knows. You can't hide. You won't be able to hide. Nobody is able to hide. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very much. Don't tread on me. Okay. Last one, actually. Do you think a little bit pardon Kelly before he left? And if so, is there any okay, so President Obama did not pardon Hillary Clinton because I think he kind of gave her the finger, because I think that Obama and Michelle Obama are waiting to control the Democratic Party. In terms of power, they're the ones who will consolidate power. The power will go directly. Bill and Hillary still own the Democratic Party, control the Democratic Party. That's going to change. When Bill and Hillary are indicted, either both of them or Hillary's indicted, the power then shifts from the Clinton Foundation to the Obama Foundation, because Obama has a foundation. And I believe that President Obama knows exactly what he was doing. That's why he could have pardoned Hillary. He did not. And I've been saying that for, since 2016. President Obama did a number on Hillary Clinton. Well, she did a number on him, a bad number on him. He probably hates her even more than he did in 08. See, a guy like President Obama, a guy like, if you to become president, you have to control emotions that would drive most people mad. He probably really dislikes Hillary Clinton, but he made her Secretary of State because he had to. He probably knew she was a train wreck, but he was like, well, you know what? She gave me her delegates and da-da-da, and here's the, that's the whole thing. And so, and then at the end, he's probably saying, I can't stand her. She's going to lose, which is why you kind of heard Obama say, yeah, she didn't campaign hard. At the end, it was like, you're sexist. You can't talk anything bad about Hillary. And then Obama is like, yeah, she just didn't campaign hard. No one said anything because he's President Obama. But he basically, if anyone else said that, they would be like, sexist, misogynist, misogynist. Obama's like, yeah, she didn't campaign hard, which she didn't. She didn't even go to Wisconsin. Like one trip, you can't take what she might have won Wisconsin. Papa D. So thank you, don't tread on me. Thank you. Papa D, sadly, something terrible directly traceable to HRC leaks must happen in Well, Papa D, I'm hoping not. Bimbo Dickens. Bimbo Dickens, thank you. Papa D, I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but I see your point 100%. Mike Freedom, thank you. Largest party in American history of that evil gets arrested. Well, I'm not even saying that I think that she'll ever see a jail cell. I don't even think she'll get arrested. If it's an arrest, that'll be like they'll have to arrest her if they indict her, but it'll be like, it won't be a perp walk. It won't be like, she'll be, my shoulders. It'll be like, oh, she's indicted. No pictures. Oh my God, she's indicted. Oh my God. And then it's like, we won't get to see like the Manafort mugshot and all these things. So, bail will be like $1. Like they'll treat her even when she's indicted in a way that no other American would be treated. She will get charged eventually. And I was saying that in Salon, The Hill, the Huffington Post. I made reference to it in MSNBC, CNN. I made reference to it many times on RT. I wrote books about it, and it'll happen. And I literally speak about it every single segment. Mike Freedom, it will happen. And the writing's on the wall. Now, they make special giggles. Don, I'm reading Don's. I think that, okay, so let's go ahead. The name of the company has not been disclosed, but Louis Gohmert talked about this when he Gohmerized Strzok. We do know the name of the company. There are indications that there are other cutouts that were involved. I would be in a lot of trouble if I gave you the name. Okay, so during a House Judiciary Committee hearing last month, Representative Louis Gohmert said the Inspector General of the intelligence community found that most of the emails on Clinton's server was sent to a foreign entity that was unrelated to Russia. In that hearing, where former FBI agent Peter Strzok had been testifying, Gohmert also said intelligence community Inspector General officials had informed Strzok and other top bureau officials of an anomaly found in Clinton's server, but Strzok, who led the investigation into Clinton's emails, did not act on that information. Well, of course not. Of course not. Of course he didn't act. Why would he have acted? Why would he have acted? No Sickle J, nothing new. 1996, slimy Bill Clinton rewarded a donor who gave tech info to China vital to their missile program. Examiner, thank you very much, No Sickle J, for pointing that out to the actual link. So Mike Freedom, it will happen. No Sickle J, as always, thank you so very, very much. Papa D, the Charlie and Charlie Foxtrot means either cluster or circle. Pick one. My favorite is cluster. Papa D, don't tread on me. By far the best YouTube sub. And I'm a constitutionalist, but you are a real patriot who tells the truth no matter what your view. May God continue to bless you. And God bless you. Don't tread on me. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you. Don't tread on me. God bless you. And everyone here as well. Papa D, cluster. Okay. Charlie Foxtrot. Papa D. No Sickle J. Mike Freedom. Don't tread on me. Thank you so very much, as always, for the kind words, and God bless you. Thank you. So, but we already knew, China, South Korea, and Germany. Clinton's server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. There you go. There you go. This is Clinton emails. Politico. And we know the interesting thing also is, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize, like, I'm a smart guy, but it's not like I'm Einstein, okay? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to realize that an unencrypted server gets hacked by everyone. Yeah, it's not that big of a, Thorlax attacks. I work in IT serving configuration. It's mind-blowing that someone so important, HRC email server, classified email, was set up so poorly unsecure. The only IT guy that would do that, Brian Pagliano. Brian Pagliano was paid $5,000 unintentionally to unintentionally transfer top secret intelligence unintentionally onto a server that was unintentionally in her basement, as she unintentionally sent all 60,000+ of her emails to Plot River and Dado Inc. before they unintentionally allowed her to delete the emails in 2014. They only cared about putting all her emails in one location where she could also store her Clinton Foundation emails. And in 2008 and 9, she probably, Facebook and Twitter and everything. I mean, all of this social media wasn't at its heyday. Jolene Gladoris, devotee for sure. Thank you, HA, for your insight. Jolene, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you, Jolene. Thank you very, very much. Jolene's a beautiful name. Thank you. Thank you, Jolene. Thorlax, and it's Justin Cooper. These people transferred top, and she also used the private email server as senator. So, the first 3 months of her emails, she used an AT&T email account. So Thorlax, she used them. You go ahead and give me your thoughts on that. But on March 18, 2009, Hillary Clinton stopped using her longstanding email, HR15 at AT&T BlackBerry. Then she used Clinton email. Complete. It was horrendous. What kind of idiot, what kind of crazy person, what kind of moron, what kind of insane person uses top secret intelligence? And Thorlax, you can't go ahead and transfer any of this stuff without clearance of some sort, or you do it illegally. Well, either way, no one can get clearance, so it's all illegal. Elizabeth Luker, HAD, you do realize you have one of the best YouTube families. These guys are spot on, wide awake. We rarely get nasty trolls. Love you all. Elizabeth, it's true. I'm very, very, very fortunate. I'm very, very, very fortunate. And I'm very blessed. And Elizabeth, you're 100% right. And it's true. Like, I'm very fortunate. And I have really the most intelligent base of viewers. It's really hilarious too when, new poll, a majority of Americans think that John Brennan and James Comey should have their security clearances revoked. Not surprised. My God, Comey still has security clearance, which is hilarious and sad. Martha McSally, running an Arizona primary for U.S. Senate, was endorsed by rejected Senator Jeff Flake and turned it down at first. Now Martha, a great U.S. military fighter jet pilot, nice, and highly respected member of Congress, wins big. Congratulations, on to November. So she rejected Jeff Flake. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. So 4 hours ago, a report just out. China hacked Hillary's private email server. Are they sure it wasn't Russia? Just kidding. I didn't read that. What are the odds the FBI DOJ right on top of this? Actually, very big story, much classified information. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty unbelievable. Nobody could get away with this. Becky Pamplin, there's so much happening right now that it boggles the mind. Thank you, HA, for helping us try to make sense of it. It is just all so crazy. Becky, I want to tell you something. Thank you so very much. One thing about me, I'm not going to go ahead and like I want to use reputable sources. I want to go ahead. The writing's already on the wall with the public record. And in my humble, way, I'm going ahead and giving my analysis, which has been proven right. I haven't been perfect. I haven't been right about everything, but based on reputable sources. And, that's all I can do. I'm not going to go ahead like a message board and say, oh, you can do it. I believe, I'm not going to go ahead and say, oh, all these researchers and everyone does their own research. Everyone reads their own literature or publications. You're hopefully people are watching this just to get my analysis as somebody who's kind of called it right in many ways from the beginning. And I say this with like humility. I am so thankful, Becky, to have you and everyone here. There is so much happening, but always remember that the writing's on the wall. There's no one is omnipotent, meaning that Clinton will eventually get charged. And we saw like she wasn't going to win. I saw it, but whenever the mainstream CNN and everything, that's kind of like why I like Trump. I like Trump. If CNN, Max Boot, who's a neoconservative intellectual, when CNN, Max Boot, and every social justice warrior on the planet who doesn't care that also the neoconservatives hate Trump, which is hilarious that they don't care. And then when you have add-on Debbie Wasserman Schultz, you have all these people hating Trump. I like Trump because it's like you have to ask yourself, why are all these people who would never join forces hate one person? It's because to them, Trump is a huge threat, not in terms of value system, in terms of power. They want to be able and funnel all votes to the Democratic Party. Thank you so very much, Becky, for your support and your kind words. It means a great deal to me. Thank you. Thank you from Australia. Thank you. Message. Oh. Papa D, though I prefer cluster in the case of FBI, the word is circle. Tall tale to leak FISA, or a circle. Becky, thank you so very much. Thank you, Papa D. It's all happening right before our eyes, and it's important to just drown out so I mean, like, for example, in 2015, Clinton's server faced hacking from China, South Korea, and Germany. We learned this from 2015. The Senate Homeland Security and Government Affairs Committee has found evidence of attempted intrusions into Clinton's server in 2013 and 2014. So, I mean, this has been a situation that we knew of for a long, long time. So evidence of intrusions. It's all starting to come out now. And it's all something that we've been talking about forever. And ladies and gentlemen, Becky, Papa D, everyone, when finally they talk about Clinton getting indicted, it'll be part of it will be how she transferred top secret intelligence. That is the biggest key. Don't tread on me. HA would love to do a dual YouTube video with you. Okay, that's your email. Let's remember POTUS won the NAACP award from Crooked Chap and Jacks. Yes, I will go ahead and get your email. Thank you, Don't Tread on Me, very much. Let me go ahead and put your email here. I'm going to go ahead, just copy and paste. Thank you, Don't Tread on Me. Greatly, greatly appreciated, as always. Thank you. Thank you, Don't Tread on Me. Yeah. I'll put your email here. Okay, so thank you again, Don't Tread on Me. Tony Mathis, will you ever get to the point that you no longer have faith in the system, no matter what Inspector General's report, congressional committees uncover, or how many agencies heads plead the fifth? That is all just too corrupt. Well, I agree with you, Tony. I don't have faith in the system. My view, Tony, my view that Clinton will eventually get indicted has more to do with how she wields power. There's no way, like, for example, the system said that she was going to win. The system did everything possible for her to win. She was so horrendously corrupt and inept, she couldn't. The system breaks down with somebody like Hillary. Hillary is like beyond control in terms of corruption and just like a sloppy drunk. I don't know if anybody here has been to a wedding. You see, like, very rarely you'll see like somebody maybe in your life at a wedding, like somebody's like throwing up. It's like, you don't do that at a wedding. Don't do that at a wedding. Learn to control your liquor. Don't go ahead and throw up at a wedding. I've been to a nice wedding before a long time ago, and see somebody throwing up. It's like, dude, what are you doing? That's craziness. Thorlax attacks. You imagine if HRC was president, cringe. Absolutely. My goodness. My God, that would be. So, Tony, I think the system is corrupt. I think the system protects the powerful. Absolutely. Like most systems do. Like every system that's ever existed. But, Tony Mathis, I do think that I think Clinton is at least even too much for the system. Let's put it this way. She had every single possible advantage. She lost to Trump, who is actually a very good president now. But President Trump did not have like the background to defeat her. And he won. He even won with an Access Hollywood tape. Like, you could see like those funny, like, comedies. And that would be something so bizarre and absurd that, in a comedy, like, he still won. I think that she will eventually get, I see it, I'm virtually certain she'll eventually get charged with the crime. She'll eventually get charged with the crime. Because I just don't see, the precedent alone is insane. Like, to allow that to take place, like, everyone knows she's guilty of sin. Everyone, even the people who are like, nah, you can't catch her. Mr. Deplorable, you make my day, H. I wish I could give you more, Mr. Deplorable. Thank you so very much. I appreciate just you watching, people watching, whether it's $1 or any amount. I am so thankful. Then you have like haters on YouTube or other, like, just haters. They're like, oh, well, I'm like, you know what? Look at other channels. Look at other media companies. I'm doing my best to speak the truth in terms of the way it's right there, the public record. And then you get haters who are like, have nothing going on with their life and they just hate. So I'm not going to get into the name of the person, but there's a person who's been using my name in vain. And it's like, I haven't even spoken about this person in like a year and a half or so. And then like, he was like, well, whatever. It's just focus on, make sure you don't go ahead and delve into grandiose plots without any evidence of anything. And then go ahead and say you were right when you weren't right or whatever. Who cares? So, Mr. Deplorable, thank you so very much. Just like haters, they bring up my bring up my name for what reason? You know, I don't bring up their name, especially after like they've gone through like, you know, wild goose chases with like the most absurd, oh, you know, and this is like this rabbit hole down like this giant, never ending adventure. And then like my name is mentioned. It's like, I didn't even talk about you I have never even mentioned your name for what, a year and a half or so, or 2 years. Anyway, so I'm not gonna name the person. Then you get like the whole, you should apologize to this person. Like, nah, like I don't even care what the person does. Person could do what he wants to do. I've like no, you know, I'm like in life, you meet people, and then if you have to break away because you think they're dangerous, then you do so. Or let's say you think they're off, then you do so. Or you think that they're not your cup of tea, then you do so. And then they mention your name like a year and a half later. It's like, dude, get a life. So mention my name. I don't mention your name. Anyway, Tony. So deplorable. Thank you so very much. I had to like kind of make a reference to like this one guy over 2 years ago, I think. No, it's about, yeah, it's going on 2 years. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, HA should apologize. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Are you joking? And I use reputable sources. Like I use like the Washington Post. Like you can disagree, obviously it's mostly fake news, the analysis, but I use public record. Other people use like stuff that, you know, they use, whatever. Of course, I'm not giving names. I'm not like explaining the person, but it's somebody I haven't mentioned and I won't mention for like 2 years now. So it's like, I have no idea why he would mention my name today. It's very bizarre. And say like I should, what, this is ridiculous. Mr. Deplorable, thank you so very much. You make my day. Wish I could give you. Thank you, Mr. Deplorable. Thank you. Especially too when people are too devoted, whether it's a letter or a person. If you're too devoted to somebody, that's dangerous. Mike Freedom, thank you for working your butt off to keep the American people informed. Mike Freedom, thank you so very, 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 very much. Thank you so very, very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Elizabeth Luker, we all need to pray every day HRC wasn't elected. Even with Soros machine, deep state corruption, no one can ever convince me it wasn't divine intervention. I think there was some divine intervention there. I really do. I really do. I really do. Thorlax attacks. Thanks for catering to the Night Owls. It's like I can't stand, like nowadays, it's like I've grown. I'm not going to go back and forth. Hilla could have been too slick to, thank you. Adam Bomb 31458. Hill could have been too sick to campaign in Rust Belt. Possibly. Tony Mathis, yes, the system tried to reward her corruption with the office of president. It is now pushing the person that denied her. Punishing the, yes, that's right. First, last, thank you. Yvonne, thank you. Everything you said was coming. Years coming out. Way to go. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's interesting. Like, I'm not going to ever mention, like, I'm not going to get into like a beef or whatever because I don't really care. Because that's like when I first started in YouTube or whatever. And Full-X Attacks, thanks for catering to the Night Owls. Thank you. Wingless Angel. Yes, sir. I have a high score on Mario Bros. I didn't see that. Wingless Angel. Bruce, you know, it's kind of like this. It's when you have to go ahead, and obviously I'm being very vague. You have to go ahead and bring someone's name up just to go ahead and prop yourself up. You know, Suzanne Yoke, when I pulled the lever for Trump, it was the best vote I ever gave. End of story. Mike, exactly. If I can go back, I would have voted Trump. I voted Jill Stein. I think Jill Stein is an amazing person. But I would have voted for Trump. Suzanne Yoke, thank you so very, very much. Elizabeth Luker, Tony Mathis, thank you. Suzanne Yoke, thank you. And it's important to understand, like, if you have like your like shtick or whatever, your thing, it's like, do your thing in life. Don't bring up like the names of like, and I'm speaking like in very broad terms because this guy brought my name up today. Don't bring up my name just to go ahead and help, yourself out. You have your shtick going. You have your, world. You have your adventures where you're, gallivanting. Just enjoy yourself. Just enjoy yourself. Don't bring up like my channel or me or my writing or whatever or my name to like piggyback off me or, just do your thing. How often do I try to go ahead and when was the last time anyone here I mentioned someone in a negative, like another, political personality in a negative light? No, I don't need to. I got 1,600 to 1,200 on my live stream all the time. So I'm very lucky and blessed. I wish everyone success. I don't need to go ahead and like, oh, this person needs to admit that, it's like, dude, like, don't bring up things from like a year and 2 years ago or whatever. Anyway. Exactly, Clifford Jones. So I think, I think everyone knows pretty much what I'm talking about, but, it's, and this guy is not on the left. So he's not on the left. So that's the only hint I'll give. But David Kaplan, so he is not on the left. Of course, I've had people on the left comment. One guy, I know, don't get into it. One guy spent 30 minutes on social media. And I'm being vague. If you've been part of this channel for a long time, you know what I'm talking about. 30 minutes trying to disparage me. I mean, there's people that say like I have taken people's best shots, and because like the thing is, like, I'm just myself. I don't need to pretend. Suzanne Yoke, thank you. David Kaplan, have you read page 56? I have to read it. 560, stating all you have mentioned. Thank you, David Kaplan. I'm going to read it. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. But the IG report basically was almost one step away from public record. Horowitz didn't do. Horowitz was like, well, what do you think? Okay, good. Have you? Okay, let me just maybe look at Politico. Horowitz was like basically like Louis Gohmert's like, hello, I'm giving you the information. Can you talk about Clinton emails? It was hacked. Hello, I'm calling you, leaving you messages. Hello, hello, hello. Didn't answer because Gohmert's like, look, somebody tried to call you four times. You didn't answer the phone. to Gohmer when Gohmer was Gohmerizing Strzok, David, he stated that. He's like, look, I went to Horowitz 4 times. Someone called 4 times. He didn't answer. For less attacks, I filled in the Trump bubble knowing it was history in the making. Ohio represent. Ohio, yes. I think he won by 10 plus. Yeah. And people, it's interesting because like she knew she had to win the swing states. I spoke in 2015 about the swing states. The thing is, like, you cannot call half of America deplorable because there are black conservatives also. There are Asian conservatives. There are Latino conservatives. When I was on the hardcore left, one of my buddies who's Mexican-American was telling me he wants the wall. I was like, no, you can't have that. I was too much. I was way on the left. My buddy who was Mexican-American was like, no, I want a wall. You cannot paint people. You cannot paint people in one broad brush. You can't call people deplorable. You can't win calling half the country deplorable, irredeemable, to judge. could judge 150 million people or put like, oh, well, you know what? And what they do is they look at his like certain like aspects of his rhetoric, like look how boorish he is, and this means that, and like Van Jones did this, and I respect Van Jones, but on CNN, he was like Laura Ingraham said something, and it was like Laura Ingraham talked about like I don't know what she said, I forgot exactly what she said. It was about undocumented immigrants, and he was like, "This is exactly what the the supremacist enabler." And like, no, it's not. That's why CNN loses all the time. That's why like people watch Ancient Aliens like, more than CNN. It's complete and utter hyperbole. No, it's not. She's not a racist person. And truly racist and anti-Semitic people aren't emboldened by anyone. They're just racist and anti-Semitic. That, there's going to be people who are racist and anti-Semitic forever. You're never going to not have them. You had him during during Obama. One of the worst terrorists in American history was Dylann Roof. President Obama was president. Okay, we didn't hear anything about enabler, sympathizer, supremacist, all of these things, but now we do. That's by design, by political design, propaganda. They don't care. They don't care. And it's like you have all these people who are like, Trump is this and Trump is that. He's like, well, none of this. He wasn't any of this stuff before he ran for president. And everyone's so like, just don't get me started on my spiel. Like, comedy sucks nowadays. Comedy. Everything is like politically correct. I would say same goes for music to a large extent. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old. When's the last time you said, "Oh, I have to see this movie"? Nobody takes any risks. Everything is like, when you watch a late night, Sheila Jackson Lee reclaiming my time. Thank you. Thank you. When's the last time you watched a late night talk show and said, wow, that was so funny? And it didn't have to do with bashing Trump. It didn't have to do, everything is just always within the paradigm of, oh my God, Trump's this ogre, save us from Trump. But he's a good president. That's the thing. Like, there's really nothing that Bill Maher can say about Trump because, Bill Maher is a great comedian, but he is completely delusional when it comes to Trump. It's like he wants a recession. Why? Because he doesn't like Trump. Why? Oh, because of Russia. Where's the evidence? Oh, he pointed to the Trump Jr. meeting, which, by the way, wasn't the only Russian people there were allowed into the country by Loretta Lynch and President Obama. So where is this direct link to Putin? There is none. Thorlax attack. Trump getting so much done under 2 years really shows you how inept, sold out our previous presidents have been. My 401k is 25%. Obama, I was in the red, but I never checked it. Thorlax attacks, yes. Thank you, Thorlax attacks. Thank you. I don't know, like everything is like everything is within the paradigm of, well, don't offend anyone. Josette, love your honesty. Thank you, Josette. Thank you, Josette. That too is a beautiful name, Josette. Thank you. Everything's within the paradigm. Like, don't defend anyone. Don't offend anyone. Don't offend. One mustn't offend. We can't defend because if we do, oh my God, you're an enabler sympathizer. And that's it. I mean, you know, this world we live in is still. David Kaplan, Donald J. tweeted an hour ago. President Trump tweeted 1 hour ago. Hillary Clinton emails, much of which are classified information, got hacked by China. Absolutely. And like, look, you know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. Remember this. When they go ahead and the paradigm changes, David Kaplan, next move better be FBI, DOJ, after all their other missteps. Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Page, or FISA, dirty. After all their missteps, you still have Hillary emails in a postal service, stuck in a postal box. They mailed her emails. UPS, FedEx, we don't know. UPS, FedEx, we don't know. A laptop containing an archive. Clinton's emails was lost in the postal mail. So when he could have just been like, oh, check the mail. Just check the mail. It's all you need to do. That's really all you need to do. Just go ahead and check the mail. Maybe somebody got the mail. Maybe somebody went ahead and found the Clinton's laptop in the mail. Because at the end of the day, what you have is somebody who is so utterly corrupt. She'll eventually get indicted, not because the system will suddenly say, oh, you know, it'll be because she was just so sloppy. David Kaplan, thank you. Papa D, IG Horace did major shovel work, but still need a cup of duty. Hold on 1 second. Let me look that up. He did. He did. Elizabeth Luker, not sure if anyone listens to Tom, but Tom McDonald's song's politically incorrect. Sums up this time we're living in. Yeah, I mean, when everything is a when everything is a when everything is insulting, when everything is a big problem, when everything is a like, oh my God, you know, this is really bad. Oh my God, you can't say this, you can't do this, you can't. believe that this could have taken place. Unbelievable. And now they're still talking about Trump impeachment, which is hilarious. It's like he's not getting impeached. They don't even have the votes to impeach. They're not going to win the House. I'm on record on television as saying that. And once they don't win the House, they're just going to, you're going to see like an epic meltdown beyond belief. Elizabeth Luker, thank you so very, very much. So all I can tell you is that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And to, Deputy Dog, Luke St. Martin, Eric H526, Elizabeth Luker, Horace, to all my moderators, thank you. And my message to, like, I don't need the best thing in life is to just focus on positivity. That's my thing. Focus on positivity. Just focus on positivity. Dude, everyone should just go ahead and live their lives their way. Once you start focusing too much on how other people live their lives, then it's a big problem. From when I was on the left till I was on the right, and by the way, this is somebody like not on the left. It's a problem when you bring up someone's names. Like, why would you do that? Just focus on your own life. Thorlax attacks my baby boomer parents who are lifelong Democrats, as am I. You know what? I'm thinking of just registering Republican for a statement. Laughed hard at the ridiculous story of HSC laptop getting lost in the mail. Could any of us get away with that? Well, no. That's the thing. It was lost in the mail. It's insane. It was lost in the mail. Lost in the mail. And people still can't they still can't realize that Clinton's a walking criminal. Like, at what point, like even if you were joking, like, you know what she did? She put all her laptop in the mail. What? You're joking, right? No. What do you mean she put it in the mail? Are you stupid? No, she put it in the mail. What do you mean the mail? Like the post office? Yeah. Like the actual post. She just shoved the laptop in there with the thumb drive. Did she put it in a package at least, or just the actual, like, all of her emails? And Peter Strzok's like, yeah, I don't know. That's why Gomer just unleashed the Gomerization ray. No single J. If Trump needs to control the news cycle, Sarah Sanders can. No single J. It'll be like one of those 80s movies. No, but she lost the laptop in the mail, everyone. It's the Daily Beast. No one's going to say Daily Beast isn't reputable. somebody on Twitter, what's wrong with that lady? Everybody knows you ship classified information, Federal Express. Oh my God, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's amazing. And Chelsea Handler, I can't wait for Donald Trump Jr. to flip on his father. Oh, and then Trump Jr. got. One of the best feeds is what's his name? Whoa, Bruce Orr. Okay, Mark Meadows. Bruce Orr confirmed in his interview today after the FBI terminated their relationship with Christopher Steele for leaking to the media. The FBI privately re-engaged with him and continued receiving his info. This was after suggesting to the American public they have cut off Steele. So, I mean, you need Jim Jordan. You need Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan, Speaker of the House. Oh, Chelsea Clinton's going to run, maybe. This is good news. And then, you know, pretty much say Clinton's unelectable in 2015. Favorability ratings show Hillary Clinton is unelectable. I wrote that. I also love people who are like, how could you vote for Trump? Jim Jordan is Caesar in his district. He should be Speaker of the House in an honest matrix. Hopefully he will be. Last one promises. Hopefully he will be. Hopefully he will be. And I explained to people why I'm voting for Trump in a Caesar in a Steam It article, and they just like they don't even get it. They don't understand it. You know, it's like they don't get like how can a Bernie supporter vote? Because you know what, you want a less hawkish foreign policy, then you vote for Trump. You want a good economy, vote for Trump. You want corrupt FBI officials to be taken to task, you vote for Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. What can I tell you? Thorlax attacks, thank you. Everyone, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. This is going to be fun in November when Democrats lose both the House and Senate, and you'll see so many people just attack politically what's left of Bernie's movement, which will also be amusing too, because I called that as well. Thank you so very much. You don't go ahead and accept being cheated and then focus on one aspect, and then just don't bring up all the relevant issues, like, for example, your voters being defrauded out of money, millions and millions, and the whole other story. Clinton's email server was hacked. There you go. Patricia Moreno. Jared Beck is a friend of mine. I don't know. I have to Patricia Moreno. I have to look at what he said. I respect if he doesn't want to vote. I respect him for that. I think everyone just has to go with their conscience. Patricia Moreno, thank you so very, very, very much. Thank you, Blake. Thank you, everyone. God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow. We're proven right every single day, and it's awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a great, great evening. Thank you. To my super chat, thank you so much.